morning, Miss Seawright.
Good morning.
I just want to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
Can you explain the process you use of obtaining consensus?
Consensus among the staff?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What we do on our campus is everything is done as a family, as a team. So as long as I give people buy-in, or get people to buy in through giving their opinions and their feedback, we typically can come to a consensus on just about anything. It's kind of a matter of trust. You know, they trust that our administrative team is going to do what's best for kids, and that's what all educators want. So that's how we do that.
What do you do if you have staff members that do not buy in to your choices?
Well, we always discuss, like I said, we work together as a team, and we always discuss everything, get everybody's opinions, and see if we can tweak things. We're not a dictatorship. We like to have people give input, and a lot of times the input that our teachers give is very valuable, and it helps us see a different way of doing things. However, if you still can't move ahead after all of that, then sometimes as the principal you just have to make the decision of what's best for the campus.
Can you list some current learning goals of the CIP?
Oh goodness, we have so many. Well, we definitely want to increase our cultural relevance piece. We made great strides in that last year when we tweaked our vocabulary words and looked for ways to make it more meaningful to students. We are implementing our new pre-K3 program, so that is huge. We'll have 2 pre-K3 classrooms, and we're also this year taking on dual language, which is something we've never done. We will have, both in kinder and pre-K, we'll have two-way dual languages and one-way dual language, which opens up the opportunity for all children to learn in a different language.
Wonderful. What are the main goals that your campus will be focusing on this year?
Well, again, I'd say increasing cultural relevance. Vocabulary has typically been one of our lowest areas. However, we made great strides last year in that. So I would say pre-K readiness for kindergarten, because our babies are coming in so much lower than usual, and that's one reason that we are implementing our pre-K3 program. So pre-K readiness for kindergarten, and doing some of that through, we're going to be pulling instructional aids that are not needed in some areas to work with kids on a small group basis, and doing some interventions there.
How do you handle implementing change among your staff?
Well, what we have found to be successful for our staff is not to overwhelm them. We take baby steps, we do small doses, and the way we do all of our trainings is that we present the material and do a workshop with our teachers, and then let them practice what we've taught them and give them time to do that. Let them ask questions before we expect to see it and evaluate it in the classroom. That seems to work very well for all of us.
What is something that you've tried that you feel has not worked in the past?
Just the basic sit and get does not work. Sit and get does not work. And also putting too many expectations on them at once and not giving them any time to adjust. They have to have time to adjust.
What are you doing differently this year that you have not done in the past regarding making sure all or most of your staff buy in to your ideas?
One of the things that I'm working on, and this is one of my TPES goals, I know teachers have T-tests and we have TPES goals, is to create teacher leaders amongst the staff. And typically people listen very well to their colleagues and their peers. So what I'm doing is trying to develop those leaders in our hallways, so that they can be our voice, the administrative team's voice in speaking about changes we need to make or things like that. They can, give it a positive spin.
Are there any things that you use every year that you feel have a positive effect on your school culture and climate?
We do a lot of team building, and we try to make it fun. We try to do positive feedback. I did not do as well with that last year as I've done in the past, and I'm going to work on that this year. But positive feedback goes a long way. Just a little note in the box, a kind word goes a very long way. And we do a lot of breakfasts and snacks and foods because everyone likes to eat.
When you create the mission statement for your campus, how do you ensure that all staff have a role in participating and have a voice?
Well, I didn't create the mission statement. We did as a team. We all came together and talked about how we could take the district mission statement and make it more applicable to our age kids. So we put it in kid-friendly language because we wanted to align with the district mission statement, but also have our own little spin on it for our little pre-K and kindergarten kids, and everyone had a voice in that. People collaborated.
Can you tell some ideas that did not work well that you could have tried that you feel would not have worked well with your staff?
Typically when we just dictate things, it doesn't work well. We have to, our staff is highly intelligent, highly, very, full staff of very good teachers and instructional aides. So you have to give them something to hang on to. Data, whether it be data, show them that it works in order to make an impression on them.
Wonderful. And the last question I have is, how do you know that your mission statement for this campus is being implemented?
Well, we recite it every day on the announcements, which we have friends that come up, little classmates that come up and do that with us. But I also hear it being reinforced in the halls. I'll hear people saying, are you being respectful? Are you being a responsible learner? And talking about it in their lessons. And we also have a guidance counselor who's wonderful at reinforcing all of our culture and mission statement and everything that deals with cultural relevance and social skills.
Well, thank you so much for the interview, and that's all the questions I have for today.
Okay, thank you.